sure you've had time to read. Next, there to answer any questions if you would like. Being none, can I have a move and a second for suggested resolution, please? Move, Councillor Williams. Seconded, Councillor Hickling. All those in favour? Right. Number 19, Taupo Event Centre After School and Holiday Program Review. Now, we've workshopped this, received the funding. Mrs. Jake's there for any more questions if you wish to ask them, or if somebody wishes to just move the resolution. As I say, this has been workshopped. We have discussed it in full. Councillor Downett. I'd like to move it. Moved and seconded by Councillor Hickling. Is there any discussion from anybody wanting to know anything? Okay. Funding's in place. Status quo. Thank you very much. All in favour, say aye. Aye. Agenda item number 20. Yeah, this is quite an interesting one, and I see we have Mrs. Gilbert there, but me personally, I think it's high time that we did do what the suggested resolution says, from my point of view. To me, it's doing a great job, but it just seems to be, I'll be careful with my wording, I think it needs a bit more direction, a bit more future planning, where to, how to, why, etc. Councillor Henderson?
Yeah, my only comment on this is that I think whatever the outcome, and people may disagree with me, I think this will require money to be put into it in the future, and obviously some of that will come from ratepayers. I just hate to see the council spend a lot of time and money going down a path of discussions with the various parties, and particularly Te Whare Toa, without actually discussing the money issue until very late in the piece. We could waste a lot of time and go nowhere. At the end of the day, from reading this, I would think whatever comes out of it is going to cost money. Whether that should fall solely on the ratepayer or other parties as well, I think needs to be addressed reasonably early in the process, rather than kind of ignored to a later issue, and have significant work done and then address that issue and have parties not being prepared to even enter into that process of fronting up possibly with money to pay for it. So I'd just suggest that if we're going to do that, that's done at some earlier stage in the process.
Councillor Williams?
Yes, just a question from the school. And thank you very much for the work you've done on this. It's quite pretty comprehensive, and I'm aghast at all the parties you've managed to contact in the process. You've certainly got a really good overview of the National Government Gallery and Museum governance. Just a question with regards to the Councillor Henson's supposition that there'd be considerable costs. I would have thought that your work would be to hand over to a museum working party in the suggested resolution of I would have thought voluntary people. Where is the cost as you see it?
Well, certainly the costs don't lie in any work that I would be doing. My work is almost completed. Once we've got the terms of reference sorted and, just get all those kind of mechanical administrative bits done. So that's not going to be a cost to this work. I think that it's very difficult to talk about costs in any useful way for a working party until you know what the costs of what. I think you have to start out working out, well, what kind of a thing are we talking about? And it's useful to go back to the letter from the Te Whare Toa Trust Board on this, which says we'd like a working party just to kind of understand things better. It's not even a working party to propose a new museum. It's a working party to look at what's some possible ways forward with this, what are our common interests. So I don't see that will have any costs beyond, turn up to meetings.
The only thing that I fear here, Miss Gilbert, is that that's actually taken us exactly back where we were 8 years ago, where we had the Friends of, what was it called, Friends of the Museum? Friends of the Museum. They ran the museum. They were supposed to look forward and do everything, and they met all the time and that sort of thing. And it got to a stage where they found they couldn't do anything because they didn't have any funding, and they were losing quite a considerable amount a year that they couldn't keep filling that void. So it got handed back to council, and it became ratepayer funded. I just don't want to end up back in that position again.
Yeah, if I can, don't confuse this, please, with the outcome. So all this is about is saying let's get a working group to work with Tuwhare Toa.
And I agree with that because there has to be a way forward. You've got an old wooden building that could burn down at any minute. It hasn't got all our artifacts in it that we would like in it. So yeah, I agree. There has to be.
So even then, it's got nothing to do with the building at this stage. It's just about the governance structure. So at the moment, the museum.
Well, it should have something to do with the building because, Mr. Green, with the greatest respect, in the last triennium, we put a sum around about $50,000 from our annual plan process to the bowling club. We got one of the bowling greens back as part of that because they had 3. And the AstroTurf, well, we got 1 back for our future expansion for the museum and everything.
I will throw one of your own statements back at you, Mr. Mayor.
Oh, good.
How do you eat an elephant? 1 bite at a time. The first bite is to set up your governance committee. The second bite is to then decide.
No, the first bite is shoot like a fish. Hang on, Rob, Councillor Anderson.
Just to clarify, I hear what Ms. Gilbert's saying and what Mr. Green's saying about it, and there's a process to be going through. But all I'm saying is that at an appropriate time in that process, I would suggest that it's worth talking about, in principle, are we going to be the parties involved funding partners or not? Because so often these partnerships I hear talked about, I mean, the ratepayer pays and others just get to participate in the decision. Now, if we're particularly in this case looking to hold cultural artefacts specific to Tuwhare Toa, you can spend a lot of time and money writing documents and going down a path for a couple of years, and then it'll be like, okay, who's going to pay? Oh, well, not us. We thought you were paying. Oh, we thought you were paying. So all I'm saying is get it on the table at an appropriate time early in the process, or else you'll get to the 11th hour and it'll all come back on the ratepayers most likely to pay for it.
Okay, so what's the way forward from here? So we want to have a working group, or I get there's a feeling that want to delve a bit deeper. So you need a working group to do that. How many people do you need off the council? Or would it be ideal, or what?
To be honest, I'm not completely sure yet because you need equal numbers from both teams is what works best to have that kind of working around the table. And for a bunch of kind of administrative reasons, it's not clear how many people they would be planning to put forward. I would say no more than 4 from this council, and no less than 2.
So the suggested resolution here is that you draft the terms of reference, etc., etc. That's not going to cost us any money per se, other than a bit of staff time and what have you. Then that's going to come back to council again. Okay, got a mover for that? Move, Councillor Williams. Seconded, Councillor Johnson. All in favour? Aye. Agenda item number 21, triennial election 2013. I think this is fairly mechanical. Every year, or every 3 years, or whatever it is, to have elections. We've used this system here on the last page, where the names are drawn out of the hat as to where they go on the voting paper, etc. So C for Cooper is not necessarily at the top. W for Williams is not necessarily at the bottom. They're pulled out of the hat. That could be at the top. My name could be at the bottom. That's the way it's been done at every other election. If you guys are happy with that, I suggest you stick to that.
The suggestion here is actually something a little bit different.
Why are we changing?
There's 3 ways. So there's the alphabetical way, which has been.
All I'm asking is why are we changing from our?
Then you've got the pseudo
naming,
and then you've got the
random.
Truly random. So one of the issues previously is that for truly random, that's each voting paper is random. So for each household, the names will be random on each paper.
So it's a different paper comes in my mailbox to yours.
That's right.
Does that cost us much more?
And now with the new system, the cost of that is actually no different to the pseudo random. So that's why I've offered that up as a suggestion, because it does allow for that,
Okay, well, that's the only thing we really need to debate here today, Tim. In the past, for you that weren't here, it was pulled out of the hat in the room here, and every form just got printed that way. Now you're saying that forms just get printed in all sorts of shapes and sizes. I don't mean shapes and sizes, but I mean your names in all sorts of different places. So my form might be different to your form, to your form, to your form. That comes in your mailbox. So which way do you want it?
So that, just to clarify, that's random order we're talking about, which is okay, and all of these are about the same cost.
They're all the same cost. Yes.
Exactly the same cost.
Okay.
We used to use pseudo-random. Yep. Now you're suggesting random, which means that the voting papers can all be different. So your name might be at the top on one paper and on the bottom on the next one, depends whose house it goes to.
We also on the bottom all the time.
Alphabetical. We can use alphabetical.
So we also used to use alphabetical.
Used to, yeah. But it tended to be the people who sort of tick away in there.
I like alphabetical.
Well, with D for down, I guess you would. H for Henderson.
Yeah.
Henderson.
A, B, C, D. Oh, no, I don't.
Pseudo,
Before me.
to me, the random order one seems the fairest. So, if it's no extra cost.
I don't think it was available to us last time. I don't remember this being discussed.
It wasn't available.
It was
last
pseudo-random
time.
or alphabetical.
Random was always there, but the cost of it was prohibitive at that stage.
So you guys all happy with that?
And the other part of that is just in terms
Okay, well, I'll move that as C for Cooper.
I have my name in bold letters.
Italics. Okay, move somewhere, please. Councillor Johnson, second, and Councillor Henderson, all those in favour? Aye. Thank you. Agenda item number 22, council engagements. The one that's missing off here, and with your blessing, it cost me $10 to get proved wrong, and you laugh. Mr. Buckley and Mr. Lang and Mrs. Burdett and a couple of others are coming to council to have a talk to you, as I requested by you, on what date? 24th. Now, just an interesting situation's arisen here. So they're going to come down to talk about their future views on governance, on future governance, etc. Now, they've refused to meet with the Waikato mayors. Now, I'm at a mayoral forum on Monday. Would anybody have any objection to me inviting the fellow mayors of the district down to this presentation? It's kind of hush all over the
public meeting. It's not a closed meeting anyway, so.
But I'm not going to do something that you don't want me to do. I'm just going to mention that I wrote to them on your behalf. They have accepted. They're coming at whatever time on that date. And I'm going to invite my fellow mayors if they would like to come down. Councillor Williams.
I would like us, with all due respect, Your Worship, to make a genuine invitation that we want to hear their views. I don't think we should be turning it into a circus. I don't think that would be constructive, to be honest.
I don't think other mayors would turn it into a circus, but however, it's up to you.
So, wouldn't you also, if you were to do that, you'd need to let them know that you're going to do that, and it's highly likely that it wouldn't happen, and it would become a farce. So I sort of agree with Councillor Williams.
Yeah, I mean, Chairman Peter Buckley's reply was that he didn't see a need for that meeting because there was a regular scheduled one coming up for Mayoral Forum. So, although he declined the meeting, it wasn't like he's saying, go away and I won't talk to you. So, no doubt it'll be discussed at the next Mayoral Forum. So, yeah, and in terms of inviting them, I don't see a need to, but I'm open to it, but I don't see a need to.
I'll find out what happens next Monday.
What time?
Okay, on these council engagements, Turangi-Tongariro Community Board Tuesday 14th has been cancelled, as I understand it, Kerry. Councillor Killer? No agenda items. Bike Taupo, is that cancelled or still going to happen? They want to. I say Bike Taupo want to present. That's our next council meeting. Yeah, but that's a presentation. That's okay. I cannot authorise that.
What time is that? 24th meeting.
24th, 10 o'clock, wasn't it?
10:30.
10:30, sorry. Now, Tuesday the 28th of May, which is your next council meeting, Bike Taupo want to present their annual report. Is that okay? Cool. That's the only presentation application we've got at the moment, I think, isn't it?
There's two further ones there. There's the Lakes and Waterways Action Group and the Sports Advisory.
Okay, well, we only have two per council meeting. So, you want LWAG or Sports Advisory Council?
Whoever was received first would be fair, wouldn't it? Wouldn't the first two requests be fair? The first two requests to present
well, they didn't put a
council,
date down here to me. Who was first to request?
No, well, there's only two in here.
No, there's three.
I haven't got it written in.
Oh, Bike Taupo's not on there.
Yeah, well, okay, it's on here. Yeah.
There should have been some presentations at this meeting, but because of the length of the agenda, it's decided that not to. But we could have three and limit to 15 minutes if you you wanted, or
Is
see
that
how.
fair on, is that fair on them? No, because they can go to the next month. Whoever missed out can go to the next month. Oh, look, I'm easy. Look, what you like? Just tell me, please.
Just
Councillor Downer.
sorry, can I put my apologies in for the deliberations for the Monday the 13th? I've got a meeting up in Hamilton, but can I have that information before? When do we get it? Because that's only
When do
next
we get
Monday.
that? When's our first deliberation day?
13th.
It's the 6th. I'm at the mayoral forum, so yeah, I'll be here for that. I'm hoping that you should only take no more than 2 days max. I promise you. I mean, a lot of those.
58 who want to be heard, 53 odd who want to be heard.
What do we normally hear in a day?
About 30.
In a day?
And there's 9 in Turangi, so we'll need to schedule a day in Turangi as well. Half a day.
Cool. Councillor Williams.
Just a question: is it so? With that in mind, is it likely that we're going to have to put 16th and 17th aside and start? I mean, will they be free and then we'll start the deliberations the next week?
Yes. Yeah. No,
So
the deliberations definitely start on the 20th.
So the 16th and 17th should be
clear.
clear. Okay.
All being well.
Well, in that case, I would have to put my apologies in for those.
Yeah,
2
but that's what I
days.
can't understand, Mr. Green. So the 13th is the Monday, the 14th is the Tuesday. We've got 58 people want to be heard. Normally we can hear 30 in a day.
We're not doing the Tuesday. They've actually got the Destination Great Lake Taupo interviews and then a TT community board, which has since been cancelled.
We're doing Monday.
So you're doing Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So
So we should have it bowled by Wednesday.
By
Then
Wednesday.
there's the 2 Rangi ones.
yes, we should be bowled by Wednesday probably. And the schedule is yet to be determined because people ask for various times and dates. So I'm just telling you what I know at this stage, which is that we should be Monday and Wednesday be done. But then the deliberations won't be until the following week because there's a whole lot of work that we as officers have to do, summarise the submissions, giving you more information. It's not an overnight job. So it does take us.
So would it make sense to do Turangi on the Tuesday?
Probably not because you're up here in the morning for
Something during the
for your
Yeah,
Destination Great Lake
advertising.
Taupo. Just leave that with us. We'll do the scheduling, please, because it depends on what people want.
Hey, let's not bog ourselves down on some small things like that. It'll come through the computers. The staff will sort it. Sometimes you have to put your apologies in. They're accepted in good faith.
Can I just butt in there, Mr. Mayor? Can I just ask Gareth, will they only be offered Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday and not Thursday, Friday? You don't know yet?
We're trying desperately to have them all on Monday
Okay.
and potentially Wednesday if we have to.
It's just that some of us
Turangi
have
when?
got other...
Wednesday.
Okay, I get you.
We're trying to. We're
Yeah.
trying.
Turangi at most will be half a day, including travel. You know, it's not a huge thing. So we're just working through that at the moment.
Thanks. Good. Other things going on.
Okay, so are there anything other want adding to the dates, please? We've got a workshop youth action plan. Presentation to council. Can I go back to that, please? Do we want sports advisory or lakes water? One can go to the month after, or they get cut back to 15 minutes. But I think it's fair to allow them half an hour. Hey? Pseudo random. Well, you've got 3 then.
I'd say that Bike Taupo were the ones that were, and the reason they're not on that list is they were on the agenda for today, but then we took them off because of the agenda being so long. So
31 items I'm trying to get through.
So
Yeah.
I'd say put them on the list
Sports advisory was
first.
the same.
because-
They are on the list for the next one. I need one more.
I'll do the sports advisory.
Thank
because
you.
They were
Done.
the same.
And then ask Lakes Waterways if they could come to the
Next one.
June, please. Thank you. The workshop, the Turangi facility reviews, which is on Thursday the 2nd of May. It's this week. On my calendar, is it? Okay, 1:30 to 2:30. That's the community board workshop. Is that all of us as well, or just you and Rob?
Community board, but you're welcome. You're welcome.
Oh, so it's a community board, basically. Okay. I was going to say it's not my job. Yeah, okay. Because I'm with Garth McVicker on Thursday. Okay. So anything else on there? Local government conference, early bird, and I think we agreed the other day on 3 names, if I remember rightly, and I think it was might have been Councillor Crate, Councillor Johnson, Councillor Henderson. Hamilton local government conference this year. Is Does anybody else want to go? As I said, I'll probably be going. I'll pay my own. I'll make my own way there. A few mayors I need to have a couple of beers with to say goodbye. Okay. That being the case, presentation to council, done that. And of course you have to, those councillors over here, early bird plus transport and accommodation. So, can we have a mover for that, please? Move. Councillor Kirk, second. Councillor Downard, all those in favour? Aye, thank you. Members' report, item number 23. Go around the room this way this time. So, Councillor Henderson, Councillor Johnson.
Nothing in particular report. My diary's with Tina Jakes, as usual. Any questions? Please feel free to ask me.
Councillor Johnson.
Just attended the Waiora House allocation round.
Councillor Kirk.
I attended the Emergency Management Committee meeting, chaired the Safe Kids New Zealand Taupo Coalition meeting, attended the foreshore erosion meeting with WRC and hydro generators, the Hub's official opening, Murray Black's funeral on behalf of his council. I was the only present councillor there. Anzac Day civic parade and service, and 2 annual plan consultations.
Thank you, Councillor Craig.
Attended hospitals at Tauranga, Rotorua and Taupo. All excellent. Nothing else to report.
The new Rotorua's pretty flash, eh?
Yeah, oh yes.
Yeah, it's lovely.
And it's 50 minutes from our doorstep, so we're pretty fortunate, I actually believe. And while you're talking about hospitals, for those of you that may or may not know, they normally will welcome you with open arms up here with the
New extension.
new extensions we're doing at our own hospital up here. So you're always welcome to pop up. They will accommodate you. Councillor Dannard, Councillor Williams, and Councillor Kipper, Councillor Hickling. All good. I know you guys are out there in the public doing lots of things, but that's cool. Moving on. So I need a resolution now to exclude members of the public to go into the confidential section of I move of the reports. Yeah, I move, and Councillor Henderson seconded. And then I need a mover and a seconder to move into the confidential section of the minutes. Councillor Crate, Councillor Williams, all those in favour? Aye.